Hi guys, welcome to Rusty Audio again. Yet another video. This one's kind of a video that I have just put together on the fly. I was roaming through some apps last night through the App Store, searching for solutions to buy and sell audio equipment, both new, used and vintage and everything in between. I have been on eBay for about close to 6 years now, selling audio and video equipment and everything related to computers and stuff like that. So anything electronic, both audio and video and vintage stuff and pro audio stuff. And I've sold other things on eBay, and I'm, as many others have experienced through eBay, it's maybe not the best place to buy and sell gear. As a buyer, you are more protected than a seller. That's given. So if you are a buyer and you happen to come across a bad seller that doesn't offer good packing and something happens to the item and it breaks and all that stuff, you kind of are like protected through eBay most of the time, but not all of the time. As a seller, I mean, don't get me wrong, I buy stuff from eBay all the time, but I am selective of who I buy from. There are certain criteria that the seller has to fulfill before I buy from them. But I'm also a seller on eBay. I sell probably more than I buy, even though sales are tough right now. It seems like eBay is going through some tough times. There's not like there used to be. A lot less buyers now these days, that's for sure. So I have been active searching for other options to either supplement the eBay or just replace it in total, because eBay has a lot of good points and has a lot of good sides, but right now there's more bad and negative sides. As a seller, for any seller, I would say if you are a seller on eBay, you are taking a high risk, and it's a 50-50 chance if you're gonna make money or not. And most of the time you dump into these dumbass buyers who are just out to scam you and stuff like that. So I have put some measures in to try and limit my risk and my loss and whatever because of bad buyers. Shipping is normally not a problem. I pack my items properly. I pack them good, so it's never an issue with damage in shipping. I explain in my listing, and I document everything. I take a lot of pictures, as many as I can, and my description of my items are really good, but still you have those that are on there just to scam you, and you know what I mean if you've been selling on eBay. So I've been looking for alternatives to eBay. I have looked at Amazon. I tried Amazon for a month, 2 months, 3 months, something like that, a few years ago. Not for me. It's not, like I said, it's not set up to be easy to use. It's a very complicated system. eBay is easier to use than Amazon, and for a small to medium seller without too much of a volume of sales, you're probably better off on eBay than on Amazon. Amazon is a shitty place. I mean, if you think eBay is bad for a seller, Amazon is no better. Trust me. And what do I mean by it's bad for the seller? Well, you get these scam artists as buyers, and they're backed up by these web pages and these auction sites and sales sites like Amazon and eBay. They take sides with buyers in 99% of the time, even if you can prove that the buyer has bad motives from buying from you and the intention of scamming you was there. Still they favor the buyer. So for a seller, it's no hiding it. A lot of sellers have quit eBay and quit Amazon, and of course Amazon and eBay, they are favoring the big box sellers. Overseas sellers from China is being prioritized, and those are the worst sellers you can come in contact with. I wouldn't recommend buying from anyone from China on eBay. My wife bought a Christmas gift from China before Christmas, and it's just a bunch of problems. And I have bought 4 or 5 things from eBay, on eBay, from Chinese sellers, and it's never what it's supposed to be. So, like I said, is there alternatives out there for you as a buyer or for you as a seller? Maybe both. And I want to say yes, there is. There's a lot of other auction sites, sale sites. I don't remember the name of them all. I've gone through them, and they're like, oh, we are the competition to eBay. We're going to take eBay's market. No, they're not. They're not going to do that unless eBay go belly up. We're talking about sites like Bonanza and eCrater and other sites. They're small, no traffic. There is no generation of sales or leads or anything like that. Registering on those sites and try and spend hours and hours on listing items on these smaller auction sites and sales sites on the online is a waste of time. It's a complete waste of time. So then you might say, well, what is the best alternative to Amazon and eBay? Well, here's 2 of them, and I found one last night. I'm going to come to that one a little bit later. 2 of them is set up your own web page with a web store and do a lot of social media marketing. Put your website and your store on social media, and I'm talking about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on, and market your store heavily there. You don't have to pay for it. You can just copy a link and make links, and you join groups and communities, and you're on there in person advertising your store. So be creative. Get your website up and running and all this stuff, and you pay a little fee every month to have your website and your web store, but dang it, you pay eBay and Amazon way more every month to be selling on their webpage as well. So why not be the owner of your own domain and have control over everything? You don't live by their Nazi rules, that I call them, because they're basically a lot of rules on all these sales sites that you have to apply with and abide with. And I mean, if you are an honest seller and you love to give good customer care and customer service, you don't need all these rules to apply to you as a seller, because you are honest and you are out there to do the best for the customer anyway. I understand that they have to have some rules because they are shitty sellers as well, but set up your own web page with a web store and market it heavy on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any other thing that you can come across. The other thing is that I found the other day, well, I found it a couple of weeks ago, and it's an app, and I downloaded that app to my phone. Didn't think much about it. I just downloaded it and I browsed through it quickly. But last night I was laying in bed and I was like, I saw this icon on my phone. I was like, oh shit, I downloaded that one a few weeks ago and I haven't really looked much at it. So I opened it up and I started looking through it, and I was amazed. I haven't tried it yet myself, so I can't really speak to the fact of how it is as a seller or a buyer. I haven't tried to sell or buy anything there yet. But just the layout, the user friendliness, and the sheer volume of products in there, and it is like so focused. It's only audio and video gear. There's nothing like clothing or toys or knickknacks or whatever. It's just audio and video and music related gear, like guitars and backline and amplifiers and home audio and pro audio and all this stuff, home theater, is called Reverb. The app is called Reverb. And I'm using my phone to film, so I can't really show you. But go into the App Store and download the app called Reverb and take a look for yourself. There is tons of items in there and a lot of sellers. And the sales platform, from what I have seen so far, I can't tell you if it's a good app, a bad app, what the positive sides are, the negative sides are. But so far from what I have seen, and my first impression is like, shit, I've been selling audio gear for 6-7 years online, and I have never seen anything like this that is so focused on that type of gear and that type of equipment. So when you don't have to deal with all the bullshit of sellers and buyers that are looking for clothing and makeup and toys and all the knickknacks and furniture and all that stuff, you are right there where the people with the interest for your product is. It's a very focused and streamlined site. And to me, that is positive because I don't have to deal with all these other people. And you know that the people that are there, they have some type of a basic knowledge about what they're looking for and what they want and what they need. And you don't have to deal with all these 20 million dumbass questions. So I want to try it out. I'm going to try Reverb out. I have told myself that I'm going to sit down this week and at least make 10 ads that I'm going to put out on Reverb for sale. And since I'm not in the need of buying anything right now, I have what I need. I'm not going to test the buying side of it. And the good part for me as a seller, when I look at their platform, you can accept credit cards, PayPal, and stuff like that. And it looks really neat and nice and tidy and clean, and it looks very easy to understand. And when you go into an ad, you click on the ad. Is a big picture with a price, and you click on it, and you go in and you see the seller has a description. You see the seller's information, payment information. Very, very good. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed so far. So, do I recommend the Reverb? Well, I recommend it in a way that you have to go and try it out and see. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It can't be any worse than eBay and Amazon or any of the other sales pages. I mean, it's better in my eyes because this is so dedicated to hi-fi, pro audio, stage and music equipment, guitars, all that stuff. So to me, for the business I'm in, it's better than eBay, better than Amazon, and way more easy to use and navigate and all that stuff. So check it out, guys. Go to the App Store. Maybe look it up online too. Check out Reverb. You will find it easily in my App Store or something like that. I have an Android phone and it works perfectly with that. So yeah, check out Reverb. If you're tired of having your arms and hands and legs tied behind your back from these auction sites and sell sites, and you want to try something new, either by buying or selling, try and look up Reverb. I can't tell you anything about the buying and selling experience. And remember, you will probably meet a lot of the sellers on Reverb too that you already see on eBay. So, because these guys like me, we cross path and into other platforms and stuff like that. And the sure hell, I mean, Reverb for sure will beat Craigslist. We all know that Craigslist is maybe the worst place right now. Not only, I mean, you don't run the risk of being scammed in a way on like you do on eBay, but you run the risk of being killed. Have you heard how many people have been killed or shot from meeting people from an agreement, an appointment from Craigslist? Here in Memphis, oh shit, there's been at least 5 or 6 the last year and a half or 2 years where people have been shot and robbed and killed over items they sold on Craigslist. So Craigslist is more or less for me a dying dinosaur. I use Craigslist sometimes myself to buy. I put some stuff out there for sale, but it's like if I have something over, that is taking up room in my house or something like that. If my wife wants to sell something, household stuff or something like that. But for audio equipment, Craigslist is dead. There is not much on there. And so if you are tired of being dictated and tired of being pulled from both sides, from the buyer and from eBay, you're in the middle, and if you're tired of the hassle that these sites gives you, check out Reverb. Right now, that's probably your best alternative right now. And it looks good, so give it a try, guys, and let me know what you think if you try it. If you want to try and buy something on there, let me know how it went. Was the seller good? If you want to try and sell something on Reverb, tell me. Let me know in the comment below. How long did it take from the day you posted the listing to the day it sold, and how were your interaction with the buyer? Let us know. Make a comment down below. Please subscribe. The more subscribers we have, the more we can help each other. I'm trying to build a community here. Go to there's a link down below this video in the commentary section, or in the description section, that leads you to our Facebook group. Join us. The more we are, the stronger we are. The more we can nourish our hobby together. And I mean, we are here to help each other. I'm not making this YouTube channel just for fun. I'm making it so we can get something going together, and get advice and tips and stuff like that, and share the hobby, and join our Facebook group, and put your post pictures of your stuff and your setup and equipment and stuff like that, and join the family. So have a nice day, guys.